Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. And guess what guys? We all want a state of the collection video. What's happened to your collection, Arch? Come on Arch, let's do a state of collection review. Okay guys, continuing the state of the collection. And now we're going to talk dress watches. And I got to tell you guys, we've got some delights. We've got some Patek Philippe's, Pateks. And we've also got this beautiful stunner here. This is the ArchieLuxury Reverso Grand Date. ArchieLuxury Reverso Grand Date. And I gotta tell you, this has been a staple of many state of the collections. I have had this watch longer than any other wristwatch. So guys, without further ado, let's go and take a look. The ArchieLuxury, the Reverso Grand Date. Well guys, what can I say? This is a true stunner. And this piece here, I remember a guy who worked for Ronnie, Fred was wearing this watch, and I said, Fred, if ever you want to sell it, I will take it. I absolutely adore this Reverso. And that's exactly what happened. And I gotta say, I really do love this watch here itself. I've got it here. It's fitted with an gator, shiny black gator strap, and it just pops. This watch here, I gotta tell you, it is something special. It is really special. This is what it is about. Just take a look at the dial, the attention to detail. I gotta tell you, one of my favorite watches. Is it a dress watch? Is it a sports watch? Well, it started off as a sports watch and now has become probably one of the most iconic watches for ArchieLuxury. Just stunning, absolutely stunning. And I've had it for many years. It's one of these things, I may not wear this much, but I love to own the piece. Very special piece indeed, and it tells a story. So yeah, my ArchieLuxury Reverso Grand Date. I do love it, absolutely love it. This watch here, I almost lost it. I was being silly, and thankfully it turned up. It came, I found it. So there you go guys. I wouldn't be making this video if I'd lost it, that's for sure, because it means a lot to me, this watch. Absolutely beautiful. Just the attention to detail. So my Reverso. Okay, so that's the steel dress watch. Okay, what do we got next? Well, what we got next is a bit of a surprise. 4 Pateks. This is my 4 Pateks. So I had 6, and I've actually sold 2. Sold two to pay for a bit of Rolex Steel Sports, as well as some Birkins. Paid for some Birkins for the wife. It's cheaper than a divorce. I can say that much. Now let's have a look at the Pateks. The Pateks are extremely cool. So the first one we will look at here, this beautiful piece, this absolute gem of a watch. What do we got here? We have got an annual calendar. Quite a special complication, invented by Patek in the 90s. This is the first iteration that was released to the public. It's a Patek Philippe 5035. It's an automatic annual calendar, and in modern context, some people say it's a bit small, 37 mil. The lug to lug is small. It uses a 19 mil strap, but I tell you, wear this watch for a week and you will love it. It feels very much like a vintage Rolex. That's what I feel about this watch. It's just such a beautiful Patek, and I'm very fortunate. This was the very watch that I got for my 40th birthday. I sold it to a fan, and he actually sold it back. So it's been with me before. This is the same Patek, the 5035. Just so cool. This is the watch I probably miss the most out of all the watches I've owned in my time. Not financially. I mean, financially, that's not what I'm saying. This is a hobby for passion and enthusiasm. But this watch is the one I miss the most. Out of all the watches I've owned, I wanted this baby back. And she's back. I've got it serviced by Patek in Singapore. I had a new strap fitted. I went for the brown. It's quite a nice burgundy brown. And I've got to tell you, I love this watch. I remember wearing this watch when I went to the Patek exhibition in Singapore. And I met my friend Paul Silesius. He had the Platinum World Time. I met Paul, and that was a good time. I remember that like yesterday. Pre-COVID indeed. So this annual calendar itself there is one of my favorites. And I think you can see why. Okay, so let's move on to the second Patek I want to talk about, and this was a grail for so long. What is it? It's my annual calendar. No, it's not. This is my world time. It's the world time. So, yeah, this is the famous rooted rotor watch. I've owned a white gold one. Then I bought this yellow gold one after I sold the white gold. I love it. Absolutely love it. Just superb watch to own. That's all you can really say about this. Look at the guilloche of that dial. Look at the guilloche there. Now, the 5130 at 39.5 is bigger, and some people say, it's a better size, but the guilloche and the fonts they use on the 5110, that is absolutely the best. Absolutely the best. And I've got to say, in all honesty, this was the first iteration after a long break. This came out in 2000, the first generation, and I think possibly the most beautiful. The guilloche is stunning. The way it's done here is just superb. And I like the cities that are on there. The cities that are on this dial here. It's a Hong Kong. Yes, we have Hong Kong. This is the Hong Kong dialed. They've changed some of these cities. And I got to tell you, this is, I just love this Patek Philippe. Absolutely love it. This was a grail for years. I wanted one so badly, and now that it's kind of strange. Once you achieve it, then you want something else. That's not what a grail is. A grail is, that's it. It's the one you wanted and you finally achieved. So yeah, I gotta say, I love this Patek. I had it serviced, and then the rotor got rooted. It jammed. Took it back under warranty. Obviously, I had to fly, and I got it serviced again under warranty by Patek in Singapore. So that's the story of the second Patek. Okay, moving along to the third Patek. The third Patek. Wow, this one here is actually a bit special. This is the 5196, and I bought this from a fan. A fan wanted to sell it to me, and I gotta tell you, this is one of the most quintessential Calatravas. 5196 manual wind. I've got it in yellow gold. It's a winner chicken dinner. Absolutely love this watch. Absolutely love it to death. This is the one to have. Manual wind. I got to tell you, I really enjoy it because you can just wind and wear. You don't have to muck around setting the date. You just wind it, set the time, and off you go. So it's been a favorite. I've kind of, I have kind of wondered, do I keep it, do I sell it? I've been a bit of a confused. But no, I think this piece here, it's a piece to keep. It's manual wine, yellow gold, Calatrava. Just keep it in the collection, Arch. Why would you want to sell something so beautiful, so quintessentially Patek Philippe? Why would you do that? And moving along, we have the final piece in the collection review. It's another Patek Philippe. This is my 5127. 5127. This is just gorgeous. What a beautiful watch. This here is an automatic Patek. And the Patek that I was most attached to was a 5107 that I owned. Now, the 5107, it had the flat bezel, and then they had the slightly curved bezel on the 5127. So, what do I think? Look, I think they're much of a muchness, okay? 5107, 5127. I wanted one again in white gold, and this is the one I managed to get. This one came from Luxuria Watches in Sydney. That's where it came from, Cove. This is the Crown Guard Calatrava, and this is a automatic. It uses the 315 movement. Absolutely adore this watch. Absolutely adore it. I'm very happy to have it. Very, very happy to have this Calatrava. And you know what? I must be grateful. I had the 5107. That was a great watch. This one here, 5127. This lets me try the next model along. Very similar, but a magnificent Patek Philippe. And that's the important thing, to enjoy your toys. Absolutely enjoy the toys that you have. You've got to enjoy these things. What do you have them for if not to enjoy? So guys, that's the dress watches. The dress watches, guys. The dress watches. What do you think of those? So there we go, guys. That is the state of the collection. Four Patek Philippe's. We've got 4 Patek Philippe's. We've got 3 Rolex. And we've got a Tudor, a JJ Lecoultre Reverso Grande, and a Speedmaster. So that's my 10-piece combo meal deal. Tell me what you think, guys. What do you think of this combo hunger buster? Put some comments below. I'm ArchieLuxury, and I will see you in the next state of the collection. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.